Subscribe. It's Storytime Productions. Stelly's Twisted Tales.
Hello, my friends. Here is the finale of Jinx's Carnival of Shadows. I'll see you at the end. Enjoy. As they neared the edge of the infernal landscape, they saw a narrow path leading upwards. It was their only hope. With the king demon closing in, they raced towards it, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The path was treacherous, filled with obstacles designed to thwart their escape. Demonic creatures lunged at them from the shadows, and the ground itself seemed to shift and heave, trying to pull them back into the depths of hell. But Emily and Marcus pressed on, driven by the hope of freedom. Finally, they reached the top, emerging into a cold, desolate wasteland. They were exhausted, their bodies battered and bruised, but they had made it. Behind them, the king demon roared in fury, his colossal form unable to follow them through the narrow path. For now, they were safe. But as they looked around, they realized their journey was far from over. The wasteland stretched out before them, filled with unknown dangers and horrors. They had escaped the depths of hell, but their fight for survival was just beginning. "Come on," Marcus said, his voice filled with determination. "We have to keep moving." Emily nodded, taking his hand. Together they began their journey through the wasteland, knowing that the ultimate battle for their souls was yet to come. They pushed through the harsh terrain, their bodies exhausted but their spirits unbroken. As they climbed a rocky hill, they saw a small, round object embedded in the ground ahead of them. It was a manhole cover, weathered and old, but unmistakably a way out. With renewed hope, they pried the cover open and descended into the darkness below. The tunnel was damp and narrow, but they pressed on, crawling through the suffocating space. After what felt like an eternity, they saw a faint light ahead. They emerged into the cool night air, gasping with relief. Looking around, they realized they were on the other side of the planet from where their nightmare had begun. The unfamiliar landscape stretched out before them, a stark contrast to the hellish world they had just escaped. Emily and Marcus collapsed to the ground, exhausted but victorious. They had survived Jinx's Carnival of Shadows, escaped the king demon, and found their way back to the surface. "We made it," Emily whispered, tears of relief streaming down her face. "We actually made it." Marcus nodded, pulling her into a tight embrace. "We're free," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "We're finally free." As they lay under the stars, the horrors of their journey slowly fading, they knew they would never forget the nightmare they had endured. But they also knew that they had faced their worst fears and survived. Together, they had conquered the darkness and found their way back to the light. A few weeks later, back in their hometown, Emily and Marcus donned disguises to conceal their identities. They were determined to put an end to Jinx's reign of terror once and for all. They made their way to the amusement park where it had all begun, blending in with the crowd. As the night wore on and the park began to close, they spotted Jinx near the funhouse, his malevolent grin as unsettling as ever. They waited until the last of the staff and visitors had left before approaching him. "Hey, Jinx," Marcus called out, his voice masked by a heavy accent. "How about one more round of fun?" Jinx turned, his eyes narrowing suspiciously. "And who might you be?" he asked. Emily stepped forward, her face partially hidden by a hood. "Just a couple of thrill-seekers looking for a good time," she said, her voice steady. Jinx's grin widened, but before he could react, Marcus swung a rock he had hidden behind his back, striking Jinx on the head. The clown crumpled to the ground, unconscious. "Quick, let's get him to the bungee ball," Emily urged. Working swiftly, they dragged Jinx to the reverse bungee ride and strapped him in. Marcus climbed up and carefully cut the bungee cords halfway, ensuring they would break under the tension. "Ready?" Marcus asked, his eyes meeting Emily's. "Oh, hell yeah, I am so ready," she replied, determination etched on her face. They released the bungee ball and it shot into the air. As expected, the weakened cord snapped and Jinx was launched into the night sky, disappearing into the darkness. "Let's hope he ends up far, far away from here," Emily said, watching as the clown vanished. With their mission accomplished, Emily and Marcus left the amusement park, feeling a sense of closure. They had faced their worst fears, defeated the malevolent clown, and escaped the horrors of hell. Now they could finally begin to heal and move on with their lives. I love the bungee ball, can only imagine where he landed. Hope you enjoyed that series. I will have a new series very soon. Watch for that, subscribe if you have not, and turn notifications on, and you will know when I post. Smash those like buttons, it's much appreciated. And until next time, my friends, I will see you on the dark side. Sweet nightmares.
Twisted Tales.